the Carolina Panthers will go to the South Beach to take on the Miami Dolphins next Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time on CBS. Yes, they are 2-5 all time against the Miami Dolphins, one of the teams that they struggled the most. So in order for the Carolina Panthers to win, get their first win of the year, get off the snide, mind you, they got to play perfect football and hope that the Miami Dolphins sleepwalk. And I don't think that's going to happen. So the last time these two teams met was a couple of years ago. That was at the time where Matt Rule was a head coach. It was his second year. And Cam Newton came back, and that's when Carolina got beat like a drum, 33-10, and he got blamed thanks to, Matt Rule. Blamed him for everything. So, yeah, I don't see Carolina Panthers winning that game. If they do, I'll be shocked. Let's move on. The preview. Today's game between the Panthers and the Lions. Detroit fans, hey, your team won 42-24. The final score. Your team could have easily scored over 50 points if you didn't leave them points on the field in the third quarter. I count at least 2 of them. And they played clean football. The time possession, they had it over 31 minutes. And yeah, and the defense got after Bryce Young. I mean, they didn't have a bunch of sacks. I think they had 2, I believe. But the pressure is more important than just getting the sacks. That will force the quarterback to make, questionable to bad decisions, with the football. So good luck to your team, and hopefully hopefully my Carolina Panthers don't have to face the Detroit Lions anytime soon. Speaking of which, the Carolina Panthers, well, they're 0-5, and they lost 42-24, excuse me. If you look at the scoreboard, it's worse than you think. That 24 points, it was more of a garbage time, you know what I mean? I mean, it's nice to see that Bryce Young made those good throws, pushed the ball down the field, at least a few times, and I want to see that from him if the coaches let him. So, yeah. Do I think he needs to do a better job with the football? Yeah. The offensive line needs to do better. I mean, the wide receivers and tight ends, they need to be used better. And let me get to this one particular play that drove me nuts. I think it was in the first quarter, I believe. They went for a tight end screen. I never heard that before until now. I've been watching football since I was a kid. I never heard of tight end screen until now. This is the second time I'm repeating myself. I apologize for that. And somehow he tried to force the pass to Ian Thomas, and Aiden Hutchinson just snagged it with one hand, almost took it to the house before he got brought down, having an injury. Let me tell you something. That play drove me crazy to the point where I was ready to cut the game off right on the spot and go play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 beta. I'm going to get to that point later. Not in this video, but future video. But I was so close to just cut the game off because I see nothing but wide receiver screens. Just screens all day, every day with little to zero pass blocking whatsoever. And you don't have the receivers, don't have the tight ends to get it done. Are you kidding me? Frank Wright and the rest of the coaching staff? Why y'all still... I'm going to shut up before I say something I'm going to regret. I can't stand the wide receiver screens or tight end screens. It needs to be shredded and never be used ever again. I don't care what he says. Don't do it again. That got me hot more than anything else. The second interception, it looked like he was going to... he was trying to throw the ball to Jonathan Mingo. He should have threw the ball to Ian Thomas. He had him open, but he underthrew it. I saw that coming. I was like, oh no, that's an interception. So, and Miles Sanders fumbled the ball. That's great. The defense, they're banged up as well, but there's no excuse. I mean, this is the second time in 3 games they allowed over 100 rushing yards, I believe. And to make matters worse, the defense allowed Detroit's offense to go 4 for 4 in the red zone. They were 100%. That's unacceptable. So, and I almost forgot too that the Detroit Lions rush defense, they were ranked number 1 in the league. They held Carolina to, I think I checked the box score, it was 99 yards. So the Carolina Panther fans, I mean, on social media, I don't know what to say. They're just past being livid and upset. They're just like, can the season be over and done with already? The only way Frank Wright is going to get fired if this team go 0-17, and I don't think it's going to happen. The Carolina Panthers will win some games. I see them beating the Texans, the Colts, Bears, maybe. So maybe the Titans. I don't know, but I can see them beating the Colts and the Texans. If they don't beat those teams that I mentioned, it's possible they will go 0-17. But like I said, I don't see that happening. So with that in mind, throwing y'all a salute. What's your thoughts on the Miami game next Sunday and Detroit's game today? Have a good day.